And we're back.
Welcome.
We're 2 weeks into the build.
Yeah, so final assembly's cracking along. Yeah, we put up a video the other week saying the Nationals was 2 weeks away, so this weekend is Easter. Everyone else is at the Nationals enjoying themselves. We're here sort of enjoying ourselves. Yeah, so as you can see, fair bit of progress since the last one. I'll talk about what I've been doing, mainly wiring stuff. So there's a lot going on in there. All the ECU and everything's all mounted under the dash now. All of the wiring's all run for that. I'm now down to wiring things like trailer, brake controllers and camera systems. I've still got to wire in the column, the indicators, the dash, the gauges and so forth. We've got analog gauges as well as the Holly dash in this one, so to keep abreast of everything going on. You can also see there the windscreen's installed, so windscreen's in. Did that ourselves, roped it all in and everything, so yeah, just got to put the internal garnish moulds on now, and that's kind of then done. But we won't put them on until the hood lining and everything's done. So wipers are on, yeah, cowl vent and everything's in, it's all operational, you name it.
So we've got some little bracket holes up here in up here. We've got a full-time review camera happening, because there's not much point in looking at a mirror all the way down there and out two tiny windows.
Two tiny windows, yeah. So
full-time camera, which has been
about
mounted.
a 7-inch screen that goes in the front there as a full-time rear view. Deb's going to show you the little camera out the back there. I built a little turret over it, so
there we go.
yeah, just to make it look like it's supposed to be there rather than just bolted on the top.
It's dusty.
Yeah, everything's nice and dusty, but yeah, look, really pleased with the progress, you know, since last time. I mean, we've got, you know, all sorts of stuff has happened, like handbrakes all hooked up and operational, brakes are bled, you know, and all adjusted, throttle cables all done, yeah, you name it, a lot of stuff happening on the firewall. The coils are now mounted, and
Still have
power
these
steering reservoir, and
solid mount springs.
yeah,
This is a timber.
yeah, that's on the to-do list. So yeah, I just wanted to get it to a point, because it's going away to Kano's probably in about a week's time for the sign writing and stuff. We wanted to get it to a point where it's basically nearly drivable, to drive it on and off the truck, to take it out there, and then we can do some stuff with the other panels while the car's away. We can still be working on the car as such. So yeah, all that sort of stuff's all happening. I'm probably 2 days away from completing all the wiring, and then we'll put the doors on and stuff like that. So
Luckily, it's only Easter Saturday.
yeah, Easter Saturday. So by the end of the Easter weekend, I should have most of the wiring knocked over, so be able to, you know, hit the key, start it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we've hooked up the shifter cable, you know, that took some doing, building bracketry, all that sort of stuff. So
And we've got a column shift on this one, just so
Yep.
we can have a clear floor.
yeah, column shift, so yeah, that'll be interesting, changing gears on the column when you're sideways. Yeah, anyway, no, look, at the end of the day, it's with the tuning of the engine, I really shouldn't have to be changing gears. You know, it's not like a carbureted engine. When we do the tune, we can change shift points and tune all sorts of shift points and everything in there. You know, that's what this little key here is for. It's a 4-position map selection key, basically. So we can have 4 different tunes loaded into the ECU, and all we've got to do is change it to, you know, position 1, take the key out, and that's on, you know, let's say a valet setting, you know, put it back in there.
All going to be hidden behind the original.
Yeah, we have the original speaker section that comes up here and hides all of that. So
Which is piano hinged?
yeah, piano hinged on the bottom. Got to work out a little magnet latch or something for it, but yeah. So essentially, you know, we can have a party time tune, a towing tune, a normal everyday tune, and a valet tune. You know, for if you've ever got it somewhere being worked on, you can set it to valet, and no one can go silly in your car. So.
And even with all of this under the dash, we can still open the cowl vent.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
Sure can. Yeah, so no, pretty pleased with the way it's all coming together. It's just a process, like I said in the last video. You know, just do the bits first that are harder to get to, that are in further up in the guts. You know,
and this is
and work your way out from there.
Auxiliary battery.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a battery on each side.
Yep, on this side, on the driver's side, will be the main car battery that'll run the vehicle. On the side Deb's on there, that'll be an auxiliary battery to run, you know, a fridge, all that sort of stuff. We're going to have a little panel just in the back here that'll have Anderson plug, Merritt plug, USBs, etc., etc. That'll, you know, be able to run fridges and all that sort of stuff while we're camping and travelling. So, yeah. It's all, as I said, all just a process, you know, going through everything, making it happen. Tell us about inside, Deb. Over to you.
Nice segue. So we've got the side panels done, they're all in suede. The roof has got some insulation up there, cuts out a lot of the drumming, and it'll cut out a bit of heat as well. And the roof lining is nearly ready to go in. So what we've done, because these cars don't have, or trucks don't have an original hood lining as such, they had one in the front section but not in the back, we've done these little P-clamps to the ribs, and what we'll do is, I've got a couple up there, we made up some hood bows and the roof lining will hang off those. Still a few of them to shape up fully. And the floor is all black. Got our inspection panel done for the fuel pump.
Fuel pumps?
Yep.
Yep. Just in case we ever need to replace fuel pumps or have an issue there. It's
Anyone wonders what we used on the timber? This is what we've used.
whittle wax.
Referred to us by a customer. Floors come up really nicely. And there's some timber that runs along the side walls as well.
Yeah, looking really good in there. We want to get the hood lining and everything finished first, and then we'll start popping, you know, the rear seat in, all the bracketry that fits to the floor that mounts the rear foldable seat.
Seat belts are in.
Seat belts are in, yeah.
So the second row of seat belts have, seats have integrated seat belts.
Mm. Yeah,
so
they're
we don't
all,
have to have anything coming out of the wall.
And they're all ADR approved and everything, that seat with its integrated seat belts. So I've spoken to the engineer about that. He's happy with them. So
very good.
Yeah, all
right.
happening.
Watch this space.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.